I go,
Good evening, Frank. Pizza time, huh?
actually hamburger time. It's 6 o'clock in the Midwest here.
All right, yeah. Ah,
If I wait till the meeting's over, could be 8:30 or 8 o'clock.
right. Hey, remind me uh, how you and Jim Marfia are related.
We're cousins, first
Oh,
cousins.
okay.
We lived in the same town. We went to the same grammar school, but we're 2 years apart in age. So when I was a junior in high school, there he became a freshman. So he's 2 years younger than I am,
Oh, okay.
at least school wise. But he was on the last call, right?
Right, right. Okay, Dick Galant is checking in.
Hi, Dick.
Hi there.
I'll try to be quiet. I'm munching on my dinner.
I know you're an hour behind us.
What happened to Frank Unger that he passed
He
away?
died.
I know he died, but
I have no idea.
was it a
I
long-term
received
illness
no.
or
Sorry,
was it a long-term illness of his or you don't
Frank,
know?
I can't tell you. I don't know. I wish I did, but it's hard.
Are we not planning a physical reunion in September this year? It sounds like we're not, right?
Well, if we are, this would be the meeting or the Zoom to bring it up and see whether,
I
what
probably
people's.
can't attend anyway. My wife has lung cancer, and between her cancer and my lung issue, I'm we're going to the doctor every other week. One of us.
Oh, dear. Yeah.
Frank, where are you?
I'm in
Physical.
northern Wisconsin, land of lakes, Wisconsin,
Oh,
right
okay.
on the border of Michigan. So I have to go through Michigan to actually get to my property. The
You're
road
that high? That you're that far?
that far north of
Wow.
Chicago. I'm 375 miles north of Chicago. Hi,
We're
Albert.
going up to
Hey,
Marquette.
Yeah, I know where Marquette is. It's not too far from.
We're going up there this weekend, like Friday and Saturday for a wedding. What do you call it?
Weather is
Anniversary.
very pleasant up here. Very pleasant.
Good. Hi, Albert.
hi there. Hi, guys.
We can see you, we can hear you.
Yeah, good.
What are you guys seeing on your screen? On mine, I see the four of us across the top of the screen, and then apparently, and I see Albert with taking up a big piece of the screen. I don't know whether that's what everybody else is seeing or not. So
Well, this
I never
camera
seem
kind
to.
of focuses looking up. Ours give more of a straight ahead shot. That's why he has a more prominent,
Face,
picture, if you will.
big face.
Oh, a big chin.
Yeah, always did.
Can't
Huh?
see your head much.
Did you have a big storm, Albert? And was it over the last couple of days? There was a major storm hit.
Yeah, yesterday we got a lot of wind.
A lot of wind.
Yeah, took a big hunk out of our neighbor's pear tree, but it was one of those brash pears that probably lucky that it's been alive this long. So, but just south of us, there was 100-mile-an-hour winds that we missed. We're happy to miss that.
A couple of people died in Indiana,
Oh
um,
yeah,
just south of you, I think.
yeah, yeah. And today it was just a little further south down toward Indianapolis, I guess. We're happy not to have that.
We had smog up here. We had that the wildfire
Oh,
here for about 10 days. My wife didn't want me to go outside at all because I have this lung disease.
Right.
That's a good move.
It was annoying because I had things to do around the house, but
Well, what if you're out of that? Oh, you mean outside around the house?
yeah, right.
Okay,
I mean,
I hear you.
I'm in the middle of a forest. There's always,
Oh, okay.
there's always, I'm losing about a quarter, maybe a fifth of my evergreen trees. They're dying from disease.
Oh dear.
So some parts of the forest look kind of ugly. And I'm going to hire somebody this fall to come in and haul all the dead wood out. It'll cost me probably $1,000, but it would be if I were down in somewhere southern Michigan, it would be a lot more expensive than that.
Yeah.
Wait, can you get lumber off that?
Probably not. These are spruce and balsam fir. There's a worm that it's a according to the DNR up here. I stopped maybe 10 years ago, and he said it's a 35-year cycle. And at the time, I was in the worst year of the 35-year cycle, and they slowly kill the tree. They eat the tips of the tree, the branch, become a moth when they what's the word? Metastasize? Not metastasize. They're more metamorphize.
More, yeah.
They end up as a black moth.
Detroit.
But a lot of my spruces and my balsam fir are dying.
Well,
so the forest looks kind of ugly when you hike through it. I got lots of trails.
Huh. Detroit last week had the highest pollution in the world with the smoke that hit us.
Because the smoke that came from Canada and
yeah.
Minnesota, by the way, it wasn't just Canada.
Yeah. Right.
A meat processor by South Haven, Michigan had a ad that said Canadian smoked bacon.
Poor Canada's getting a raw deal from our president.
Yeah.
I'll make a comment. I was fortunate enough to work for the organization in the Midwest that accredited schools and community colleges, and I accredited a community college in just outside of Minneapolis called White Bear Lake, I think. I'd never been up there before, and the way that they treated their people there, they had a group from Africa, and I mean, I met with the actual students and the groups there. It was unbelievable how their attitude. I mean, it was so positive. In fact, one guy who was from that African group. He got a degree from that school and then started a business back in his own home. And they had a student group. I mean, it was very positive. I mean, what's on the news or whatever that our administration wants it's completely different that I saw, and the people were sincere too. I mean, all parties. I don't know, weird world. I'm glad I had the chance to see that, though. I mean, that was really revealing.
I see we have now
Hey, Willie Gebhard.
Gentlemen,
There he is.
Boy, you look like a CEO.
well, I'm a CE something. How you guys doing?
Good.
Good.
Thank you.
Good.
For the most part. It looks like, Bill, has our numbers been dwindling a bit of late?
I'm sorry.
The number of people on these calls, has it been
A bit.
fewer?
Well, it hovers around, I think the last time we had 7 or 8 guys, and sometimes up to 12. Tends to hover right around that. I was just thinking August 10th, 2 days ago, was the first gathering, the big gathering of the alumni that Nord Bufka had put together. And that was before Zoom, 2018, I think it was. And so getting together physically was kind of a rarity. It took somebody like Norb really kind of get things going. And then I remember somewhere in there, Jim Lozer had sort of introduced us to Zoom, and Zoom caught on, and a lot of groups within, like especially the classes of 70 and earlier started kind of meeting on their own. So maybe we're going through a cycle where more people are keeping in touch with alumni in other ways. It's hard to say. I hear messages or get messages from guys who say that they especially found the published alumni updates through the newsletter helpful, kind of keeping up with, what the thinking is among us guys. But anyway, that's just an observation. So
I'm done. I'm done eating in front of you guys. Albert, you told me you got a some kind of a cyst on your head or somewhere on your body that they're going to.
I have a melanoma that I'm being treated for.
Oh, okay.
Next month they'll operate, and that'll involve something around my ear too, the lymph nodes, and something about the salivary gland or two. So it's kind of major surgery, in the fact it's going to take 8 or 9 hours for the doctor to do it.
Wow, that is long surgery.
Yeah. I've got the head of the department for there at University of Chicago at Hyde Park going to do the surgery, and he's been my physician from day one on this thing. So I got in there at a good time, and he's taking good care of me. So
I'm impressed.
an extra pair from each one of you will help out on that too.
Yeah. Wow.
I've never had anything like that or any surgery like that in my life, so we'll see how that goes.
Well, I got to go to the skin doctor tomorrow, so.
Yeah, that's how this started out, was just a regular checkup, and they said, well, you better go see somebody else, and then the plastic surgeon said, we better send you to University of Chicago for this thing. So
boy, you're lucky to get into a school like that.
Yeah, it's a very reputable, very, very fine institution, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and they've got branches in Crown Point and Valparaiso too, so I've been able to do some of the work there too in preparation for it.
When's the surgery out?
Mid September.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, I'm coming up to my first anniversary. October 1st of last year was my cardiac thing. I don't remember a thing about it. They wheeled me into the room, and next thing I knew, I was waking up.
Wow. Was that Wayne State?
No, Henry Ford Health System.
Okay.
But it was down, the surgery was done down at the New Center campus there, where they're going through a major building campaign right around that area.
Okay.
Henry Ford Hospital, along with
Right.
Michigan State University.
Oh, really? They're adding that?
There's a big campus right there, just north of a couple blocks north of where Wayne State University is. So, and the Pistons they're converting a building that's been there for 30, 40 years. They're converting it now into apartments and office space. It used to be, I don't know. Yeah, the only one who would probably remember that was you, Dick. The old Burroughs Company in just south of the Fisher Building on Cass Avenue. It expanded and went across the street and started building this huge new headquarters, and promptly was taken over by another company, and they used it as a headquarters for they completed the building campaign and then used it for the headquarters for their computing company. And then somebody bought them out, and Henry Ford Health System moved in there and been in there for probably 30 years or more. And now with the health system's construction going on, they're now thinking about taking over the old GM headquarters on it's a historic building right across from the Fisher Building. And it's right now being occupied by the state of Michigan. So that whole area is a big hub of activity, property changing hands all the time, mergers, acquisitions, expansions. So that's where I went for my surgery. Fortunately, Henry Ford also has campuses spread out all over the area around which I live, and so I could do a lot of stuff at their hospital in West Bloomfield, which is about 2 miles down the road from me.
Wow.
And the aftercare, I had to go through, I think it was called cardiac rehabilitation, building up the lungs and heart. So I was able to do that down at their West Bloomfield campus. So that's all finished now, and I'll have a meeting with a cardiologist I think we've got it scheduled for December. And the last time I saw a cardiologist, he said, "Well, you're doing so good, there's no point in us being involved anymore." So that's been my health story for the past year or so. So
is the prognosis really quite good then, Bill?
Pardon?
The prognosis for your future with this problem, is it no longer a major issue?
Yeah, that's what I was told. They've got all the arteries cleaned out, and it's just a matter of taking activities and doing things that prevent the clogging from returning.
Yeah.
And when I went through the cardiac rehabilitation phase, there were people in there whose lifestyle was just so incredibly detrimental to health. They kept telling us that we really needed to watch our diets and really needed to be involved in exercise activities, which for me is not a big deal because I've been doing all that stuff for a long time. But there were guys in there who were 40 pounds overweight. Jeez. And just didn't seem to be appreciating the fact that they had to do something to get their weight and their eating under control. There was one guy who, oh God, he said right during some of the physical rehab, oh, he's got to when he'll go home and do his exercise, but first he'll have his glass of vodka. And I thought, holy mackerel, that guy just doesn't understand.
Changing lifestyle, yeah.
So, fortunately, my wife is her last 10 or 15 years was in dietetics at St. Joe Hospital in Pontiac. So I've been getting my lifestyle completely turned around. I'm in her hands. So that turned out to be really good for me.
Good. Can I change?
So,
oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead, guy.
I was going to change the subject and said that last week, through my son, I spent a week in Ireland. I'd never been there before.
Oh, wow.
So it was a wonderful time and spent 3 days in Northern Ireland and 3 days in Dublin. Now, when we were in Northern Ireland, a couple times we got to Belfast. And we stayed in a town called Newcastle. This is in Northern Ireland. It's right on the Irish Sea and had the Monet Mountains kind of in the back, which is where supposedly one of St. Patrick's disciples, Durand, was in that mountain. I don't know, he had a hut up in the top or something. I don't know. And we stayed in a place that was built in, like the 1900s or more. And it was like, what do you call it? Mackinac Island type place next to all the golfers there, a world-class links golf course that they could play there. But it was a wonderful time. My son works for Edward Jones Finance, and it was through that we got to go. And I'm glad I went. We got to, in Dublin, we got to the Book of Kells, and we saw for all of you Guinness heroes, we had a tour of the Guinness Brewery company, which is interesting. I'll go back in a second. In the Belfast, they have a museum for the Titanic, which was very, very good. It was like 9 stories, and its design was as if it were 2 ship hulls that came together, and then there were about 8 stories, and gave the whole story of how it was built and everything. It was very, very well done. It was just a wonderful time, and we were lucky because we had some tour guides while we were on the bus explaining things, and it was helpful, I think, and just had a very positive system. So
the other world traveler is in our group is Jim Blanchard. He sends his regrets, but he's somewhere around Iceland and Greenland this summer.
Jeez.
Last year he went down the west side of South America, down toward the South Pole, and right now he's been heading up to Iceland and Greenland. So be interesting to hear what he has to say about his experience along those.
How does he go on his own, or what? Do you know?
How
does he do that?
I think he books things on his own, but he's obviously I think he books a tour with some group.
Some group, yeah. Well, this trip was all planned. It was kind of I don't know, I'll use a benefit for my son's work and stuff. but they do it every year, and you can bring your family too. And he's just starting out, and it was unbelievable. I mean, the flight was 7 hours from Detroit to Dublin nonstop, back and forth. Thank goodness the weather was it was, well done. So it was Delta.
Delta. Don't talk to me about Delta.
Ready when you are, Bill. Anyways,
No, I spent the reason I missed June's call is I was in Europe during June. Well, for the month of June. I did also the British Isles, a tour around the British Isles, and then went to Norway.
Oh, wow.
And then ended up in down in Transylvania, in Romania for a week.
Really?
Went to Dracula's castle and all of the highlights. So it was, and Europe was burning up.
Oh yeah.
How long was that, Bill? All that
It was a month.
Oh, month. Okay.
Yeah.
How did you get around? Trains?
Did a 15-day cruise around the British Isles on a Viking cruise ship.
Oh, wow.
And then just we flew then it ended in Bergen, Norway. We stayed there for about 4 days and then flew down to Cluj-Napoca in Romania and worked out of there for a week.
Changing the subject a little bit, but world travel. I didn't realize this happened to me quite a while ago, but I ended up at one time spending 3 months in Turkey, the country Turkey. I might be a Turkey too, but I mean, 76 miles.
Your homeland.
76 miles south of Istanbul, right on the Sea of Marmara, literally. And it was it was an Air Force base. I was teaching Air Force personnel graduate courses through the University of Maryland. Anyways, what I discovered is it wasn't like I knew that, the Nicene Creed that they met. Well, it was right by where I was at. Literally, all I saw was like an outline of a building, which was a church, and some stones that kind of gave the limits on it, and that was it. But I was really stunned. I didn't realize that's where it was, where the Nicene Creed was written. The other thing is changing the location is that I remember I also saw Hagia Sophia. Are you familiar with that? The Byzantine, I'll use the word, super cathedral.
Yeah, it's a church.
When I walked in there, my jaw dropped. I have never seen anything so huge in my life. It's 108 feet up, and it's there was no there. It was all there were no apparatus or any, there was a large, huge medallion. It was in Arabic, and next to that, just down the road a little bit, was the Blue Mosque, which was not as big as Hagia Sophia. Now, next to that, there was a Circus Maximus, where they raced, like the Ben-Hur stuff, and they still had some of the stands there. And they fought they used to have a green and blue team or something. They got into a riot, and they eventually built a Hagia Sophia, which I think was built around 500s or something. I don't know. But I've never seen anything in my life so big. It was like walking into a basketball gym with nothing in it, just that huge and a lot more light. So I hope, I'm glad for you, Bill, that you got to see some of those places too.
Yeah, I also visited the brewery there in Guinness.
Yeah.
I must say I sampled a few of those.
Where, in Dublin?
Good Irish. Yeah,
Okay, I was there last week.
I was there middle of June.
Okay, we missed each other?
We did. I left breadcrumbs though on my way so I can find my way back, you know.
That was an interesting tour.
It was.
Let's see. Actually, tick.
Can I raise this one for you? Can you see it?
Oh,
There
yeah.
Hey, Willie.
I got the T-shirt.
Okay, I bought this as a souvenir.
Nice.
Yeah. It's only that big, so I don't. If the others of you can
Hang
see
on.
it.
You guys go ahead. I got a call in here from Mike Murphy.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I see Mike.
Mike's
Hey,
on
Mike.
He's on the.
Their name is on the
Right,
screen, but I don't see anybody.
I saw you on the phone. I stepped out of a.
Looks like it's a arm or a leg.
The thing I was surprised at talking about Guinness is the guy owned the whole city. From what I
Yeah.
understand. He gave.
Okay, well, we can see that you're there.
The whole Titanic museum was, and that was also very interesting.
Yeah. Oh, so I'm glad you saw that then.
Yeah.
I'm glad I saw it too.
Yeah.
The sound.
Then made it to Liverpool for the Beatles experience too. So.
Oh, really? Wow. Why, did they have a museum there?
Oh, oh yes. And there's got the actual strawberry fields and Eleanor Rigby's grave and
okay, right now I see a big M for either the Michael or the Murphy.
M&M.
Talk him in, Bill. Guide him in.
Right. Hang on for just 1 second. Can all you other guys, can you hear Mike? Mike,
No.
why don't you say something?
No, negative.
Oh, okay, they can't hear you. So it sounds like you're okay. I'll sort of try to serve as the intermediary here. Maybe you're on a cell phone, right? Okay. All right. You other guys are Mike Murphy is trying to connect by his cell phone, but as everybody can probably just see the M up there.
Right.
Am I right on that?
Yes.
Yes, you are.
Okay, everybody can see the M. But do any of you guys know how to help somebody with a cell phone, connect properly?
I don't.
Right. There's this tiny screen that shows like one of you at a time.
Right. Mm-hmm. That's what everybody else is seeing. So somehow in there's probably a button or a control to allow you to turn on your screen. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like or sound like the other guys on this know how to use the cell phone.
If you touch the top or the bottom of the screen, it should bring up some other things that they could then be able to.
Okay, hang on for just a second. Bill Gebhard suggested if you look, I think he's tried, in the past, he's come on, joined the meetings from his car. So he says, look at the top of the screen.
Just touch the top or touch the bottom of the screen.
Touch the top and touch the bottom of the screen?
One or the other.
One or the other.
One or the other.
It should pop up some choices that you can either share your screen or
of your own meeting, because it's tiny.
Right.
Just enlarge it. The helpful drifted it off to uploading a workplace version.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Not really. We just want.
Right. Well, my suggestion is start over, hang up, disconnect, and then go back into the, where you would log in, whatever that URL is. And then you might see an option that says use AI, artificial intelligence. Don't touch that. I disabled that on my own screen. And just try to see, if you wait for a couple of seconds before clicking on anything, just wait for to see what happens if you're able to connect without having to click on anything. And wait around for maybe 10, 15 seconds, and then you might see a link that says join meeting or something like that. Okay, so hang up, and we'll be waiting to see if you're able to get with us again. Oh, okay, great. All right. Okay. All right, guys, hang on for a second. She's on the phone with me and is going to. Oh, okay. Okay.
And we're trying to get.
It's always something. Guys, she's on a separate landline phone to me, and she's trying to go back to the cell phone and is shutting down their connection and is trying to log on again. Right. Oh. Okay.
Recording in progress.
Hey,
There's somebody.
that's Bill on his phone, right?
That's
Right,
correct. I mean, I'm talking to two people at the same time. Guys, as you can see that she's trying to log on again on her and Mike's cell phone. So that's where we stand right now.
Mostly I was trying to figure out if I could help them out by logging on my cell phone.
Which you were successful.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're on twice.
I'm on here twice, yes.
But it shows no audio on your cell phone.
Otherwise, you'll get feedback, and it will not be nice for any of us.
It showed no audio on Mike Murphy's video either. It showed his audio was off.
Yeah, but if I touch the bottom of my screen, I can unmute, I can stop video,
Yeah.
do
Well,
all of that kind of stuff on it.
Well, that's what he needs to do, I think.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll just wait a couple seconds here, and see.
See how he comes back. Huh? No, it shows that he's not on.
Yeah,
Okay.
I shut my other.
turn the phone off.
Right.
Mike Murphy's not on.
I turned my phone off.
She's in the process of logging on again. She shut her cell phone down and is going back on to see if she can clear up the problem.
Has anybody heard from Jim Hannock?
No.
Is that a?
Thought
The
he
last
was
time I talked with him was about maybe 2 years ago. We were emailing for a while there, and then we
Where
stopped.
is he? In California or Michigan?
Yeah, California.
California. I think he got kind of mad at us.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Not everybody voted for him. Huh?
He actually
that's
got
right.
100 votes or more. I don't remember. Honestly, he knew he had no chance to win the election.
Yeah.
Right.
Just hang on. I can hear that they're trying to get their system going, their cell phone. So your patience is very much appreciated.
Somebody mentioned Jim Lozer. Is anybody heard from him?
Yeah, what's going on with Jim?
I see him on Facebook. That's all I know.
Okay, you've befriended him. You're on.
Yeah.
Where does he live? In Grand Rapids?
Yeah, last I knew he was just south of the Granville Costco.
Oh, he lives out there. Okay.
And Pete Carthy, has he been on of late? I've missed the last 2 calls, so I
think the last one he was on, I believe he was.
Yeah, sometimes he comes on later. I don't know if he forgets. Or... I know I forgot last time.
Bill, do you still have your second home in Florida?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
When do you tend to go down there? In October, November?
No, I usually stay here until after the holidays.
After the holidays?
And then go down like January 2nd and come back about the 1st of May.
Okay.
Where do you go, Bill?
I've got a little place down in a town called Parrish, south of Tampa, near Bradenton, Sarasota, that area.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
No shortage of construction going on down there in terms of homes.
Yeah, this part of Wisconsin is booming also.
Really?
People are moving up here for some of it's retirement, some of it's a second home or vacation home, but some of it they're actually working out of their homes.
Yeah.
The internet's getting stronger up here. We just switched from Frontier, which was a lousy internet and phone company. It's for rural areas. Frontier Communications.
Never heard of it. Okay.
They're only in rural parts of the U.S.
I hear you, but I never heard that before.
It's Spectrum. Spectrum put a
there's Mike
fiber optic on our road, and the rates dropped dramatically.
There you are. Hang on, guys.
Frank. Sorry,
there. I can see the tops of their heads.
We can see them.
Okay.
I'm sorry about this.
Okay, I'm going to hang up.
Okay.
All right. We're on with Mike. All right, bye.
Mike, you missed.
There we go.
Mike, you missed all our Irish Irish dialogue. What's the problem? I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're fine.
The cell phone was messing with us bad.
Mm-hmm.
Well, good. We're on. Thank you.
Oh, God. All right. You can. I can hear you real
Yeah,
well.
you're all set. We can
Fever,
hear
yeah,
you. We
okay.
can see you.
Hey, good, okay.
Yeah.
You see the top
Yeah,
of
we're
your
all doing
head
good.
and faith on a cross right behind you. There you go. Hey.
Are you in Williamston? Are you in Williamston?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
They were asking about, I heard some conversation in there about some of the people. Yeah, I see Jim Lozier on his Facebook. He and his wife are on a trips. I can't even remember. It was like in Alaska. He's on some trip right now.
I see.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
And then somebody was commenting about Pete Garthy. Yeah, he's on and off depending on, I don't know, if he remembers. And then a comment about Jim Hannock. I remember he had responded to one of the early when he was running for office there in California. He had posted a message, and some people in the overall group, the 150 at that time, said they didn't think it was appropriate for him to be using our alumni forum for his messages. I know that he gets the and reads the alumni update that we send. So that's about what I know
Of Jim Hannock.
of Jim.
We were emailing back and forth for about 2 months. I would say 18 months ago, and then after a while, either we ran out of a topic or we stopped emailing.
Right. We get quite a few people who click on the updates that I send out by email. So I know that there's a lot of guys there who at least log on and see that there is a recording of the conversation. And then sometimes next to their names we'll say the number of times that person has logged on, but I can never tell exactly what they logged on to see, whether it was just I know there's a little feature in the newsletter system that allows you to see if they've clicked on anything. And sometimes it'll just say so and so logged on twice and didn't click on anything. The only thing in this last one that you could click on is the URL for the meeting. And sometimes there's other things that you can click on. I know the one that we sent out back in June about the artificial intelligence. I think his name was Stan Bees or Buys. Does that sound familiar to you guys? Anyway, he said that he had looked at the encyclical and thought it was pretty worthwhile. And then he suggested another book to take a look at. So anyway, I guess what I'm getting down to is a long way around. Even though people don't participate, not everybody participates in the meetings. Most or many of them all do, in fact, follow along and take a look at sometimes they click on the actual meeting to see what the great wisdom of our group is. So anyway, that's I think that kind of answers some of the questions that came up a few minutes back.
Bill,
is there any did they finish the project, all those construction projects around the old campus of our
St. Joe's?
seminary?
Right. I keep forgetting to do this. I think it's Tom Dalton.
Dalton,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah, he's the one that lives right near there and has been sort of our contact for getting over there and taking photos. And I was going to ask him to kind of report on if there's any sign of activity over there in the dwelling place of Grand Rapids. There is the group that's developing the old athletic field. The thing that struck me is I got a link to their dwelling places annual report, and there wasn't any link or mention in their annual report about that project.
I think it's pretty much completed. I've been by there.
Yeah, but there were a lot of unsold properties like a year or two ago.
Well, I've been by there within the last 6 months, and it looks like it's been almost completely built up.
Okay, that's good to know.
There look to be houses all through that.
Yeah,
they're small, but they're.
It looked like from the map that we saw on one of those websites that the houses are close together. The lot sizes are small, and there might not be an alley involved in any of the behind the houses. So
no, it's pretty much another street coming through there.
Oh, there is. Okay.
How many? Now, as I understand it, St. Henry's, the main building, the Sisters Convent, and the gym are still standing, correct?
Yeah, that's
right. Yes, along with the main building.
I did say secondly, but okay. So Samaritas owns all those?
No, there's two organizations, right, Bill?
Right, there are two organizations. St. Henry's is owned by it's like a
it's called Bethany.
Is it for women?
I can't. It's used for their youth immigration projects.
Who's Samaritas?
No,
Bethany. Bethany Christian Service. That's the one that owns the convent and St. Henry's.
Right, those were split off.
Oh, I see. But is it a religious organization that runs Bethany? Is
correct?
Okay, yes. And then Samaritas. Who owns the gym?
Samaritas.
And what are they doing with that?
That's their office space. I think they offices, right?
Yeah, their offices.
That building?
They made a second story.
Yeah, they put the second floor in.
Man,
inside.
That's that must be a big operation then. That's pretty good size.
I think they use that as they call it their
corporate
family and youth services.
Oh, okay.
Where they do. It sounds like it's sort of a collecting spot for their family and youth services from like the Western Michigan kind of area, somewhere in there. So that's a lot of counseling and things like that take place in that building. And as I recall it, when they were doing the construction, they had taken those volleyball courts. Remember the old handball courts.
Handball courts.
And that's where they split those into two levels.
Oh, okay.
And then, as I recall it, the old basketball courts were made into like corral areas for office space. And Bill, I don't recall. I think they may have put a second floor in over the
I believe they
old
did.
basketball courts as well.
I believe they did.
Wow.
Yeah, I still get email. I made a donation. I forget.
Yeah.
Weren't we trying to get our name on a wall?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I get emails from them every other month from
Right.
Samaritan.
Yeah, that's right, Frank.
Yes, and they did put in the entrance there at the front of the old main building. They did, in fact, put up a nice large plaque acknowledging the fact that this was the former St. Joseph Seminary. So the funny thing about that is the company that did the rehab of that building, they were waiting for instructions on what to do with this plaque. And so it sat in their warehouse for probably a year or more. And the guy who was handling the construction had, he changed and went on to something else. And nobody knew about that until I kind of got in touch with the people in the residential services there in the old main building. And then she tracked down what happened with the chain of command over the plaque, and then suddenly they found it in their warehouse and installed it right there when you would walk in the main entrance up steps, and it's right in that area there, across from what used to be Mitch's office. Right. So it's up there, and so at least people remember us.
Maybe.
Bill Yagerlener, I have a question for you. Did you go to some woman where there's archives for?
Yes.
And there's a record for each of us, or for at least for you anyway. There was a folder with your name on it.
Right. Yes. And what was it, 2 years ago, I guess, after one of our get-togethers down at Bill's place, we drove up to the seminary and went in and met with her. And she was able to provide me with a photo of me in the 8th grade that went along with the application. And there was the application form itself that I had to fill out. And she was able to get, I can't remember, there was something in there about my, one of my grade reports, the ones we get every quarter or every semester or whatever. So she was able to give me those documents.
Wow.
But she's noted that some of those documents are scattered in a couple of different places around the cathedral and their their services building. They're not right where she can just go in and just pick, look up our name and everything is all together in one spot. Jim Blanchard has been the person who actually, the two of them were responsible for getting a lot of those photos and the old bulletins and newsletters together. And, Jim had confirmed the fact that, it wasn't that easy because she had to go into some of the other buildings, literally, and find some of these records. So, she and Jim did a wonderful job in recovering what was easy enough to recover. So somewhere in the depths of basements somewhere. There's more of our records, but I think, Frank, I think maybe it was you individually or collectively, the group was interested in that whole thing about the psychologist reports.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we
that wasn't
wanted
in
to
your
see
file.
what
That wasn't
exactly they those were one of those sets of documents that are sort of, if all she had to do was find it, she could probably devote a lot of time just digging around, and same with Jim Blanchard, digging around some of these other spots and boxes to find those things. But the whole other documents related to the application process, like there was a letter of recommendation supposedly from your school and your pastor. Those, if they were in that same spot as the documents she provided me, I didn't see those. And it may be that they simply are in the bowels of the
other
diocese
places,
somewhere, or they had the policy of not revealing other people's comments. Only the information directly related to me. I could not see anybody else's documents. But,
so the question I have for you, Bill, when you left the seminary, did
yeah,
you get a formal letter of some kind of from the diocese saying thank you and you're no longer a seminarian, or not that
No.
exactly?
beware of the evils of the world and don't contact other seminarians.
Or was there a final bill sent to you?
No, I don't. Yeah, the final bill we still had.
Because I got a final bill.
Yeah, I never did. I don't know about the other guys. Anybody else get a bill for services rendered?
Yeah,
No.
well, I went to Baltimore and for a year, and we had to pay. My dad paid the tuition that was required. So
I
that's
went
all
to
I
San
know.
Antonio, the St. Mary's of Texas, and I didn't know that I understood that when we were in the minor seminary. I think our families probably paid a little bit, didn't they?
Right.
Yeah,
Was
it's
that
$200
what was expected?
a semester, isn't it, or something like that?
Yeah, right. There was, and that bulletin we got there's some fee schedule somehow. But when it went to the last 2 years in the major seminary, it wasn't made clear to me before I went there that I would get a bill if I left, which I did. I actually got a bill from the Diocese of Grand Rapids. It was very pleasant. There was no deadline, no date to pay the amount that they sent me. They asked me. It basically it said whenever you're able. And they gave me a figure. Now, and they never explained how they arrived at that figure, but it wasn't unreasonable.
Anybody else get
Nobody else
any
remembers
requests
that kind
for
of
payments?
exit letter.
Yeah, my dad, as I said, paid the bill. I never saw anything. He took care of it, and I think it was for the tuition. This is at St. Mary's in Baltimore, which it doesn't exist. I've been there, and literally, it's the building's been razed.
It's been raised.
Okay.
It's gone. Yeah.
And but there was a chapel. It's interesting. There's a chapel next to it
Yeah.
that it's on the historical preservation list. And then there was a house where Mother Seton lived. And those remain because I've seen them. I've gone by there. And I think I have a picture. So, and there was a small cemetery there. I don't know what they did with that on the grounds. Remember, that was the first seminary in the United States.
The one in Baltimore?
And it in the room we were in, it's where they wrote the Baltimore Catechism. It was a very interesting background. We were taught by Sulpician priests, which actually also they taught in seminaries, and they also taught in St. John's in Plymouth. And they were formed in the Church of Saint-Sulpice, which is a surplice of St. Michael's in Paris. And there was a movie, what was the Holy Grail or something with Tom Hanks, and there's a monk in it, and he's in a church, and you see this flash going through. That's the church that was in Paris. But the group was French, and they maintained they had kind of a weird idea that in that they would only worship in the chapel, which was named Our Lady of Clairvaux, which we called Miss Clairol, which they would have. They'd only celebrate the mass. Everything else had to be in what was called a prayer hall, and that's where they met because the building was built in 1795 or 1796. So it had a rich history. And if you ever saw the movie The Wire, it was a series. It was critically acclaimed a few years back.
Right.
That's where it happened, in that area. So it was right downtown.
Oh yeah.
So it's possible if I get to Grand Rapids, if I had the address and name of this person, I could at least see something in my file. If there is there a file with my name on it, you think, Bill? Yagerlener?
I'm pretty sure there is.
Okay.
I'm just making the assumption that, like,
you have to try
some
it
of
out, right?
the major files are all together in one spot. It's some of the other stuff related to each individual that's not. So, and I can put it in the next alumni update.
Okay.
And in case
I don't have that letter anymore that I got. The letter I got when I left the seminary, when I informed them that I was not coming back after I graduated from college, finished my 8th year. I sent them a formal letter saying that I was not returning, and I got a reply from somebody in Grand Rapids, thanking me, and this is how much I owed, and it was a pleasant letter. It wasn't a real negative. It was a tiny bit of a surprise to me, but anyway, at least I got something. It's kind of an exit from my 8 years in the seminary.
But what do you think, though, that Bill, that when you do that the diocese knows too that you're sending this out to the people? I think somehow that that name and the contact, that both parties are aware. We'd want to make sure, in my opinion. I don't know how you do that, but.
You mean when Bill tells us in the next update that the process of accessing
whatever it is, whoever how to do it, I think that the diocese ought to know, and that it somehow has to be, both parties have to be able to connect somehow. Not that we're going to do it, but at least, there could be legal reasons that we might need to do that. And
I'll accept whatever they show me. And I don't know what days.
No, but I mean,
open.
Frank, my point is that the diocese knows that you're going to ask them for that, and they're willing to give it to you or get the information, whatever it may be. For whatever reason, there could be legal issues that could crop up.
I'm not threatening or anything, and if they don't have anything to show me, I don't care. I mean,
But you never know. That's all. It's
okay.
And for your children or whatever, that's whatever.
More curiosity than anything on my part.
Oh,
let's see. The only other. What about you, Mike Murphy?
yeah.
When you left, did you get any kind of follow up, or what? You just What happened
No,
when you
no.
left?
I got the bum's rush. Finito.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Yeah.
Well, in my case, they knew uh, months in advance that I wasn't going to be going on to the
next
major
level?
seminary.
No.
And so I never heard from them after we got our famous diplomas that I was just looking at the other day. And so I never heard from them, never
Right.
got any kind of payment request. Now, the thing is, I recall, I don't know, you might remember that my dad died during my second or third year. I can't remember. The summer or the fall of '62. So that would,
Beginning
well,
of
at
your third
any
year,
rate,
yeah.
Monsignor Moran called me in one day and said that I wouldn't have to worry about paying the tuition anymore because, because my dad, the principal wage earner in the family, had passed away. So maybe they just sort of remembered that and decided that there wasn't going to be any bill due. And in a way, I sort of think that they were relieved that I made that decision on my own because, I had no idea, what to expect in a major seminary related to my health care. Nobody had brought it up to me, from Moran or anybody about what are you going to do now that you have to take insulin all the time and all those other things. I don't know. Nobody talked to me about that. So, and I was beginning to see anyway that it was just not my fit in life. So they may have been relieved that they didn't have to worry or think about what to do about me in terms of sending me on to a major seminary or even looking for a suitable place. That's just my kind of guess in there. So it might have been a relief that I decided not to pursue it. I was always kind of curious over the years. Were there guys in the major seminaries that had major health issues like diabetes? It seems like with all of the guys that have gone through the seminary, somewhere in there, it's likely that other guys had problems with diabetes or other healthcare issues. That any of you guys aware of any situations?
No.
Not to my knowledge, but
Not me.
it's a good issue.
So anyway, that's my explanation. I never heard from them, and they knew well in advance that I was going to Wayne State because I had to have Mitch send a copy of my transcript down to the admissions department at Wayne State University. So it didn't really come as any surprise to anybody that was my intention. So I ended up being awarded a minor in Greek and Latin because of
all the credits.
the stellar years of those two languages. I fulfilled their not only their language requirement, minimum foreign language requirement, but then they said you got enough credits in there to be to get a minor in Greek and Latin. So all that paid off, I guess.
I did too. I got a minor in Greek and Latin, plus a minor in, I think, psychology. But of course, we had to major in philosophy.
Oh, yeah.
At least that's what I was told.
Yeah.
So, anybody got anything else? Do you is there any interest in trying to put together another get together?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's do it. Yeah.
And somebody's got to ask Bill Gebhard if he's willing to do it again, or should we just try to scale down and just pick a restaurant if we didn't agree on anything like that?
I'm willing to do it again if we can find a date that works for people.
Let's see, we're in August already, so
Yeah.
geez, if we were going to do it, it needed to be somewhere near the end of September. I'm guessing just the logistics.
Yeah, so we get the word out.
Yeah. What about those who are present here? Frank, I think you said that you would not be able to come this time.
I would, whatever date you pick, because if I could make it, I would try to come. But I have so many doctor appointments for myself,
right,
and now for my wife who has lung cancer, that I hesitate to say for sure that I could come. I would come if it's open date.
Right.
And if Albert is generous enough to let me stay with him, it helps that I have a halfway point at Albert's house.
My
Albert,
problem this year is that I've got that surgery scheduled.
Yeah, that's right. When is your surgery, Albert? In September?
Yep. So I'll be out of commission.
Recovering, right? You'll
Sorry,
be recovering.
Frank. It's going to be quite a recovery too. So
yeah. So that's probably
I'm
probably
out of
unlikely
commission.
that I would come this year.
Yeah, I'm out of commission for September. For sure. This year. Sorry.
Dick Galant, how about what you're thinking?
Well, based on what
is it worth pursuing? And
yeah,
at this point,
I was just thinking what Albert just said. What about like second week of October? I mean, I'm sorry to say I like coming to Bill's house, but I think that's the way to go personally.
But give us more time.
Pardon me?
To give us more time to
yeah, well, because Albert's not going to come flying in, to Bill's house if he's had that surgery. He may have some restrictions. I don't know, but I'm assuming Bill said yes to coming to his place. But I liked the situation that we had.
Just go ahead and plan it. I probably won't be able to make it, is what I'm saying, even in October.
Okay. How about if I do this with this next update that I'll get out with the recording of today's meeting? I'll just ask the general question, whether to let us know or to send a note to me whether you are interested in getting together sometime in October or not, and we'll kind of play it by ear. If enough people said they're interested and available, then we can take the next step and figure out, the logistics. As always, I don't have a calendar here for October yet in front of me, but sometime we'll maybe, Bill, are you available just generally in October, or what's your thinking?
Wednesdays work the best for me.
Okay, some Wednesday in October.
And the Wednesdays in October are 7, 14, 21, and 28.
How about if we shoot for the middle, October 14th? Does that sound?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I work at Habitat Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays.
Do you build houses?
Yep.
Okay.
What about Dick?
Oh.
How does that work for you in general?
I think that's
October
good.
14th.
That I think that's the middle of the week, and I think the weather will be pretty good. Knock on wood. I mean, I think as we go closer to October and November, you don't know. Plus, you have all the football stuff in high school
Oh,
and
right.
college and everything else. So, or even on the
14th or
weekend.
21st, one of those two.
14th, I like personally.
And Albert, I don't want to put any pressure on you. If I do decide to come, I could come and just drive straight to Battle Creek. Just a longer drive.
I got extra bedrooms. You can sleep here.
Yeah, that might be an alternate. That might be a help if that were possible, Bill.
And try to get Mike Donnelly. I see him at church every day. Saw him today, in fact. So he's one.
And Mike Murphy, any thoughts? You're pretty open for either the 14th or the 21st of October. I'll throw those two dates out. I'll put out the October 14th. Does that sound?
Primary day, yeah.
The 14th, what?
Let's say
October.
chances of snow on the 14th are slim. It's
Same.
still Michigan, but I won't say none, but slim. October 14th might work, and he doesn't have a conflict.
Right.
Okay, so we'll play it by. That's what I'll do. And in the coming weeks, I'll send that, or as quickly as I can. I'll just send out a note, say this is what we're tentatively thinking, but we need your inputs from to see whether it's there are enough people that would be interested in getting together.
Mhm.
Diane and I always take that as an opportunity to swing up to Grand Rapids and like go to some museum or there, and then swing over to Muskegon to see my family. So, and I know, the weather in Muskegon in mid-October can get a little dicey as well. So.
Yeah.
Hey, did you know that the water temperature in Holland was 80 degrees?
Wow.
Can you
Oh,
believe that?
really? Holy moly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's warm. That is warm.
Yeah. I can remember in Muskegon,
If it was 70,
boy, we would go out to Lake Michigan, which was, 5 miles away from where we lived. Us kids would get on our bikes and pedal 5 miles out to the lake and cross your fingers that there was a lifeguard. The lifeguard station usually had the water temperature up there. If it was 68, that was marginal. That was pretty chilly water to get into. Once it hit 70, yeah, okay, we can get in. Once it get warmer than about 75, then you get in all with the dead fish along the shore and the weeds and years ago you used to have to deal with oil blotches that would show up on the shore from the ships that just sort of dumped their oil in the lake, and it would end up in Muskegon. But so yeah, that's my story about swimming and the temperature in Muskegon. So anyway, let's do this. We're now in October or August 12th. If I'll send out the note and keep everybody up to date on what the interest in doing it is. And if it's a no-go for October, how about if I try to schedule a Zoom session instead? Does that sound?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
good.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good idea.
By the way, has anybody heard from Norbufka lately? That was another.
He came out with a
had,
book or something, but then I don't know. That was like a couple months ago, I think.
yeah. That's another one that I haven't heard from. And there were a couple of other guys in his class that would periodically show up at this Zoom. But I think some of those guys, like I said, are getting their own Zooms together
Yeah.
for their
So the
classes.
two not necessarily class. I mean, Frank Unger was in Dick's class, right?
Yeah. It was the
And
last
the
one.
other
The
gentleman
last
who
one.
passed away this last couple months was in the class behind us.
Who's that?
Acapinti.
Ankapiti, is that his name?
Yes. Yes.
Right.
Tom Ockerpenny.
Tom. I think he was at our last reunion, and I don't remember. I don't remember if he had health or maybe probably.
Yeah, but he
didn't talk about it.
Wait. I know him. We knew him for little kids. He was a friend of my brother, went to school with my brother. That was hard.
Yeah.
The only thing I can tell you is that, in the scene in D-Day, that guy got caught with his parachute in the church.
Yeah, right.
Well, their dad was a paratrooper, and he was in the Normandy. He saw that guy live and in color,
Hanging from the church bell or whatever.
Yeah, he saw, and he
window.
was injured. His dad was injured, and a German medic kind of helped him, believe it or not.
Sure, there's good people on all sides.
Oh yeah, it was well, his dad was like a city manager of Grand Rapids eventually, but we grew up right by them in Grand Rapids, so we knew him almost all our lives, and that was hard. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, I didn't know him well. I don't remember.
Yeah,
I don't remember him as an almost classmate in the seminary.
Yeah, right.
But I had nice conversations with him at those gatherings.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
We're gonna call it a night.
We'll call it a night. What night
Adios.
shall we call it? How about Wednesday night? That's
National.
the way it is.
It's National Elephant Day.
Today?
Oh, really?
Yes, it is. Let's
From Liverpool?
raise our glass to the giant pachyderms.
Here you go, Bill.
I want a giant
There's the
glass. I don't want that
Guinness.
little. I don't want that little thing. Something along this size.
Oh, okay.
All right,
right.
guys. It's been good talking with you guys again, and we'll stay in touch over the next week or two, and we'll see where we go for the month of October.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
God
See
bless
you.
Signing
you.
off then.
Signing off. Okay.
God bless all.
Where's the sign up? Well, I'll just hit the X button.